Now the people began to complain, which was offensive to Yahweh's ears. When Yahweh heard, his anger was aroused, and the fire of Yahweh broke out among them. It devoured one end of the camp. The people appealed to Moses, who interceded with Yahweh, and the fire died down. So the place was called Taberah, because the fire of Yahweh had broken out among them. The rebel who had joined the people were feeling the pangs of hunger, and the Israelites began to weep again. Who will give us meat to eat? They said. Think of the fish we used to eat free in Egypt, the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. But now we are withering away. There is nothing wherever we look except this manna. The manna was like coriander seed and had the appearance of bdellium. The people went round gathering it and ground it in the mill or crushed it with a pestle. It was then cooked in a pot and made into pancakes. It tasted like cake made with oil. Where the dew fell on the camp at night time, the manna fell with it. Moses heard the people weeping, each family at the door of its tent. Yahweh's anger was greatly aroused. Moses too found it disgraceful, and he said to Yahweh, "Why do you treat your servant so badly? In what respect have I failed to win your favor, for you to lay the burden of all these people on me? Was it I who conceived all these people? Was I the father for you to say to me, 'Carry them in your arms,' like a foster father carrying an unweaned child to the country which I saw to give their fathers? Where am I to find meat to give all these people, pestering me with their tears and saying, 'Give us meat to eat'? I cannot carry all these people on my own. The weight is too much for me. If this is how you mean to treat me, please kill me outright. If only I could win your favor and be spared the sight of my misery." Yahweh said to Moses, "Collect me 70 of the elders of Israel, men you know to be the people's elders and scribes. Bring them to the tent of meeting and let them stand beside you there. I shall come down and talk to you there, and shall take some of the spirit which is on you and put it on them. Then they will bear the burden of the people with you, and you will no longer have to bear it on your own. And say to the people, 'Purify yourselves for tomorrow, and you will have meat to eat, since you have wept in Yahweh's hearing, saying, Who will give us meat to eat? How happy we were in Egypt! Very well, Yahweh will give you meat to eat. You will eat it not for 1 day, or 2, or 5, or 10, or 20, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and sickens you, since you have rejected Yahweh who is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why did we ever leave Egypt? Moses said, The people around me number 600,000 foot soldiers, and you say, I shall give them meat to eat for a whole month. If all the flocks and herds were slaughtered, would that be enough for them? If all the fish in the seas were collected, would that be enough for them? Yahweh said to Moses, Is the arm of Yahweh so short? You shall see whether the promise I have made to you comes true or not. Moses went out and told the people what Yahweh had said. Then he collected 70 of the people's elders and stationed them round the tent. Yahweh descended in the cloud. He spoke to him and took some of the spirit that was on him and put it on the 70 elders. When the spirit came on them, they prophesied, but only once. 2 men had stayed back in the camp. One was called Eldad and the other Medad. The spirit came down on them, though they had not gone to the tent. Their names were enrolled among the rest. These began to prophesy in the camp. A young man ran to tell Moses this. "Look," he said, "Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp." Joshua, son of Nun, who had served Moses since he was a boy, spoke up and said, "My lord Moses, stop them." Moses replied, "Are you jealous on my account? If only all Yahweh's people were prophets, and Yahweh had given them his spirit." Moses then went back to the camp with the elders of Israel. A wind sent by Yahweh started blowing from the sea, bringing quails, which it deposited on the camp. They lay for a distance of a day's march, either side of the camp, 2 cubits thick on the ground. The people were up all that day and night, and all the next day collecting quails. The least gathered by anyone was 10 homer. Then they spread them out round the camp. The meat was still between their teeth, not even chewed, when Yahweh's anger was aroused by the people. Yahweh struck them with a very great plague. The name given to this place was Kibroth Hattaavah, because it was there that they buried the people who had indulged their greed. From Kibroth Hattaavah, the people set out for Hazeroth, and at Hazeroth they pitched camp. Is the arm of Yahweh too short? These words of God's response to the doubting Moses are also words to remind us of what God is to us. Readings from Exodus to Numbers are written to show us the many wonderful works God did for the Israelites all through their journey to the promised land. Seeing these prodigious works of God, one would imagine that the Israelites would in fact stop their complaints against God who brought them out of Egypt with his mighty arm. But that was not the case, as they angered God and Moses from time to time, leading them to suffer severely from the wrath of God. We may be thinking that this really applies to the Israelites alone, but we can in fact compare this to our situations as Christians. Often, we complain bitterly against God when things do not work out as we have planned or hoped. We fail to see the good that also happens to us and which we witness every day in our lives, and focus only on the bad events of life. Today, the Lord tells us that his arms are not too short that he cannot reach out to us. Let us therefore stand firm in faith and hope on this God who is capable of delivering us from whatever bothers us and tends to take away our peace. Indeed, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. God our Father, we believe in you and trust that you will always be there for us in good times and in bad. We ask you to come to our aid and give us more faith in you, so that we will not lose sight of the many promises you made to us, and also not to lose the blessings you have in store for us through our sin of grumbling and always complaining. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.